Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Dauntless. Welcome to the bridge. Please take your stations. This is Star Trek Dauntless Season 1, Episode 2, Wayward. We are Vorpal Tales, and we perform terrifying tales and awesome adventures every day of the week, most days twice a day. If you enjoy scanning the terrifying darkness for the secrets of the cosmos, next week, you can catch Unknown Armies on Sunday, Delta Green in 2 weeks on Monday. On Tuesdays, Mage the Awakening. On Fridays, Arcantation Chronicle. On Saturdays, Simba Room and Werewolf the Apocalypse. If you prefer to explore adventures and fantastic worlds on Tuesdays, over on the Onyx Path Twitch, we're playing Pugmire, Squeaks in the Deep. On Wednesdays, Deadlands Reloaded. And on Fridays, Scarred Lands Draco Genesis Season 2 begins tomorrow. Be sure you instruct the computer to extract all data from our website, vorpaltales.com, so you can incorporate all available data into your theoretical models, including recaps of shows, info on all casts and events, our Patreon, our Ko-Fi, and our social media. Please follow on Twitch if you have not, as well as subscribe on YouTube to help keep all our awesome shows going. Special thanks to the Foundry for our virtual gaming space, Pond 5 for our theme song, along with Epidemic Sound, Audio Blocks, Miguel Johnson, CJ Beards, the Makai Symphony, Nyoko, and Scott Buckley for all the awesome music we have. Special note regarding Charity Month, there are 2 days left if you count today. If you want to participate in any audience-related milestones that have been accomplished, such as voting for events or participating in events that are audience-based, make sure you join our Discord. Links will show up momentarily. Most of you know by now, this is July, and we're running a charity drive all month long in support of Lovery Rebellion. You've helped us smash every goal we had, and then some. You're awesome. We love you all. Make sure you check them out. We've talked about them exhaustively, but we can always talk more. We'll drop links you can click on to see all the pertinent details momentarily. 2 days left to have awesome rewards you can purchase, awesome ways you can support the cast, and fun milestones will hit. A few left, a small handful. Crew, state your name, rank, and duty assignment if you would.
Hello, my name is Steve. You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. My pronouns are he, him, and tonight I am Lieutenant Ansar Conan, Operations Officer.
Hey everybody, I'm Ever. My pronouns are they, them, and tonight I shall be playing Lieutenant Doctor? Dr. Lieutenant? Legit asking what order that goes in.
You're just the doctor.
Lieutenant Doctor?
Doctors don't state their rank at any point. Do you even know what McCoy's rank was?
Oh!
Lieutenant Commander, if you're curious.
No, not a clue. But I know he's Jim. Today I'll be playing Dr. Sakem Ekhar, whose pronouns are also they, them.
Greetings. I am Patrick. You can find me on the internet at PettyShake_. And tonight I am playing Rebek of House Kundikel. I am rank Sog, Tactical Officer.
I am Rosie, and tonight I will be playing for you Lieutenant Chief Engineer Dirja Abeso, former Bajoran rebel and hater of Cardassians.
I think that's supposed to be me. Hi, I am the Rebel Selkie. I use she, her pronouns, and I am brand new to Star Trek for the most part, but I do know that I am playing a Trill, and I am playing Lieutenant Yona Dahl.
Hey folks, I'm JT. You can find me around the internet at Sensomancer, and tonight I am playing Lieutenant Pick, Security Officer, Vulcan.
Excellent.
You better edit at the scene. There we go.
And now, Patrick, please read us the Klingon intelligence debrief, if you would.
Stardate 99158.91. Official memo to the Klingon High Council from Rebek, House Kundikel. The Kakme Vam has arrived at the Federation outpost K-7. The appropriate measures have been taken as is the same station where an initial triple incident took place with Agent Crack. Our sensors picked up several Starfleet lieutenants entering the same room where our sensors then lost them, but reappeared several minutes later with new orders. We believe these several officers to be the ones chosen by Federation to participate in our joint mission. Our search of the Federation's databases indicate they are adequate candidates and will provide for an honorable battle. The recruiter, Luther Slow, remains elusive and searches provide little information. It was proven fortuitous that triple precautions were undertaken, as the station was soon overrun with them. We submitted our recommended course of action, Station Scuttle, but the solution was rejected. The station has communicated that they were able to solve this problem, but the Kakmevam will remain undocked and transporters will hold all transports in stasis until triple contamination can be confirmed not to be on the target. End communication.
Thank you very much, Robeck. Okay. So when we left off, you had all been sworn into your duty assignments and then worked together, not even knowing you're about to be assigned to the same ship to stop Tribbles from, for the second time in 50 years, overrunning Deep Space K7. It's been a day, and you're all getting ready to report to the transport shuttle that's taking you. You don't know where, because whatever ship you're assigned to is not docked at the space station. It is not on the starbase. So, whilst you are walking about, getting ready to get on the shuttle heading down towards the hangar deck, you are still passing endless tribbles stuck to everything, because it will take them years to clean them up. But at least they're not procreating anymore. Let's see. Let's begin with Dirja. What are you doing? You are muted.
Just realized that. It's the start of my shift, so I'm ready to go in the engine room, making sure everything's in order. And just making sure everyone's on their toes. And also very interested to get a new look at these engines and see what makes this ship so interesting.
So, you're quickly and with purpose heading down the hall towards the hangar bay. Mm-hmm. When Lieutenant Yana, this is when you come out. You're late though. You're behind schedule. Nothing's right. You're having a day, so you're in a hurry and you're rushing down the corridor and smash right into Dirja. So please have that scene.
Oh!
I'm so sorry. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. What about you?
I'm okay. Hi. I'm Yona. How are you? I am just trying to get used to how everything is over here.
Are you new?
Yes, are you?
Not. This is my second mission, really. But and she extends her hand and says, "Dirja Beso."
Yona, out of character. How do I introduce myself if I'm two people?
Trill always introduced with the full name, your name, and then the symbiote's name.
So it'd be Yona and then Dal?
Yep, as if you were human, You're saying first and last, yeah.
Thank you. Work in progress, fellas. I'm Yona Dal. Pleasure is all mine. I am terribly late. I am trying to find my way up to comms, and I'm trying to get used to how everything is around here. And it's just been a very long, stressful day.
You would realize, Dirja, that use of the full name means this is a joint Trill, which is extremely rare.
Oh.
She might be a hot mess, but she's clearly capable of something, because they must be exceptional to get that honor.
She is probably a little sharper than she's coming off as. That's fine. I can play that game. All right, then. Storyteller, are we... We're not on the Dauntless yet.
Oh no, you're on Starbase Deep Space
Yeah.
K7, still heading to the hangar bay where the shuttle is. And you're pretty
Okay,
sure
cool.
you just got knocked over by your pilot.
All right.
I pilot better than I walk, I assure you.
I'm heading to the Dauntless. What about you?
Same, actually.
Excellent. I will be your engineer then.
Wonderful.
One of.
Happy to have you on board.
You too. So how'd you pass your Kobayashi Maru? Who'd you send out?
That's a funny Kobayashi. That's a funny question.
So-
That is.
For Amber, the Kobayashi Maru is what they used to call the final exam for Starfleet Academy. They put you in a no-win scenario as the captain of a simulated ship where you can't win, and they rate to see what you do when everyone's going to die. What choices do you make? Who do you sacrifice?
It's not unusual for them to send the engineer to die.
It's correct.
Oh, so you're trying to corner me. I get it.
Yeah.
Kobayashi Maru, though, is the slang term these days because in the 2350s, it's actually not even on a starship anymore. Yours would have been a simulation of Starbase being attacked by Romulans. Derja, yours was a starship, but not a Federation starship. You were stuck on a freighter that was attacked by Tholians.
So in regards to your question, I, as we all do in situations like this, I did what I had to do, and I'm here now.
So you sent the engineer, huh?
I sent the engineer.
It's okay. I get it.
And that's when Ansar comes out of his room because you're still walking, and he just you see them heading the same way you are, Ansar, and you assume since these are the same people you ran into yesterday.
But-
Seems like fate.
But hey, it was just a simulation, right? And I cannot, I have done the math over and over and over again, and I can't possibly foresee any situation where we would have to actually get rid of the engineer in real life.
I think it's a fairly odd move personally, but I understand. I get it.
I'll step up. It's, hard to do and obviously emotionally taxing. Sending the engineers is usually the best option because there are a lot of very capable engineers and manuals available in most Starfleet ships. Intercommunication skills, tactical decisions, and command skills, those are less readily available. So,
Harsh.
Chief Engineer,
Harsh.
if you're the only one that can get something done, at that time, you would be the one to go.
Now, the person telling you this is a Betazoid, which means he's very attractive. He's got those alluring jet black eyes. Not creepy, they suck you in. And, tall and muscular. 'Cause almost all Betazoids are attractive. It's their aura. But this one is also creeping you out a little bit, and you don't know why. It's something off-putting.
Well, I understand it's the rational decision, but I am a little biased. Lieutenant Chief Engineer Dirja Abeso.
You can see he's
You probably knew that already.
I did, yes.
Congratulations.
I have been going over. Actually, before I say that, have I gotten any list of who,
Nope.
a bridge crew would be, or what I would be?
Not.
No.
You only know
No.
that you're supposed to report to Commodore Ash. He asked last session, "Did you ever heard of?" And the answer was no.
Then I would say, actually, I did not know that. Then I was not given any prior information to any personnel that I would be working with, which is very upsetting. And I obviously understand that you would be very upset by a decision to be sent to your certain death, but it would be made if necessary.
Of course.
But I would be very upset.
Also, for the audience, J3 Billion, you're incorrect, sir. We are in the year 2351, which means red shirts are worn by command now. which they did on purpose so people would stop thinking red shirts meant death. Security wears yellow.
Yes.
So, as you're having this conversation, another door opens and Pick steps out. The stoic Vulcan from yesterday.
Pick's gonna nod at the group and lieutenants.
Lieutenant.
Evening.
So what do we do if they just shout Lieutenant?
I'm going to break in here and answer Tony's question since that derailed you, and I love it. Tony, no, this is 2351. Bajor will not be freed from the Cardassians until 2374. I don't know if that year's right, but it's close. It'll be 20 years from now. They are heavily occupied still.
How do you have all
Yeah,
these memorized?
Dirja did grow up under Cardassian occupation. Watch the first episode for a bit of her backstory.
What'd you say, Yana?
I mean, the irony of me playing a Trill and asking this out of character, but how do you have all of this memorized?
'Cause I'm a
I
fucking
am
nerd.
impressed.
My dad started putting me in front of Star Trek when I was 6.
That's lovely. If only we all had that same upbringing.
Okay, go ahead, Pick.
I am correct that everyone here is a lieutenant, right? That's what I would see.
All the ranks you're seeing are lieutenant. Yeah, the one pip.
Yeah. I take it you're all had a conversation and now headed to the Dauntless.
Yes.
Yes.
Great. And then he's not going to say anything and just kind of like fall step.
So
fall
you're
step,
heading that
to
way too?
I mean, obviously, yes.
Obviously.
This is 14.
We are walking in the same direction.
Would you like to walk together, Lieutenant Pick, as a group, collectively?
If that would bring you some level of team building, I am amenable to that.
Do we have to hold hands?
Absolutely not.
No, I'm just going
That
for
is
a
a-
level of less socially awkward. So no hand holding, but group, yes.
I don't believe hand-holding is a part of Starfleet protocol.
I don't believe so.
Can I roll Starfleet protocol to know if handholding is the required activity at this point in time?
A required activity?
I know, I'm just joking.
You're gonna make Selkie ruin her uniform.
I just got this.
One
Probably
of my
has to be dry cleaned too. Look
One
at
of
its
my
material.
focuses is Starfleet protocol.
You would know that it's not required.
Not required.
Yes.
Okay.
You would not need to roll.
Good. And I'll just say, as we all, I'm sure, are aware, Starfleet protocol does not call for handholding at the time of boarding our ship. However, I, for one, am very interested in getting there, so I can get some information. I don't like being in the dark about things, so I am currently perplexed. Yes, perplexed.
And that's when the
Onward.
last door slides open, and the half Vulcan steps in, looks at you, and I'm going to put one line in your mouth ever. I apologize. Oh, it's you. And then falls in line with the rest of you.
Oh,
That was to you, Ansar.
it's you.
Hi. So, guess we're all here now. Hand holding aside, Lieutenant, Doctor,
Yeah.
Lieutenant.
I was
Lieutenant.
not informed that we would be holding hands.
It was decided we wouldn't be, so you're on the right page.
It was a joke. So, I suppose Dauntless. Oh yes.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone here. All right. So I assume. Well, let's move on then. I was in a hurry, and now I've put myself behind by another 7.5 minutes by having this conversation. So.
Question, would some because I'm still familiar myself and I'm mixing my Star Trek knowledge between something like a Vulcan and Data, would like Lieutenant Pick, for instance, understand what chop chop means? Like, would he?
Depends. Do you want to have trained yourself in human slang, or do you have no idea? That's completely up to you. Data knew because he had all the data.
My best friend was a human growing up, so let's assume that I would then understand some types of human slang.
Okay. So you finally make it to the hangar bay.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a shuttle waiting for you. And you are piloting Yana, but it's got a preloaded destination. You're basically just making sure the autopilot doesn't fail.
That's fair.
It is up to you if you want to do anything special prior to getting on once you get on, or just say we get on and go as the group.
I'm all set to get on and go.
I'm ready to get aboard the ship as quickly as possible so I can start going through personnel files.
I'm prepared to depart.
Pick will sort of like extend his arm like after me, sort of thing, as sort of a security officer would want to be the last aboard. Probably to, I don't know, just something he's picked up as sort of cover the vanguard, even though there's no situation right now. It's just a natural habit of his.
Okay. You board the shuttle. You immediately start trying to interface with the LCARs, Ansar. No personnel records, no data whatsoever on the Dauntless. And the pre-programmed coordinates are 5 light years out in the middle of nowhere. Like, as in the middle of nowhere as one can get in a heavily occupied space.
Huh. Well, this isn't ominous at all.
Strictly a byproduct of our top secret nature. Don't worry, it'll be okay.
Well, if it isn't, I suppose it isn't.
Are you apprehensive, Lieutenant?
I wouldn't say apprehensive. It's confused seems like more of a word, but frustrated? Let's go with those.
I can definitely understand the frustration. I feel that as well.
Well,
This is my frustrated face.
Oh yes, I can just
I don't like not having this information. I mean, I'm supposed to be making our tactical and operations decisions, and I don't even know who's on board or what our ship can do. So you can tell, very frustrated. Don't worry, you'll do well. Onward.
I, for one, cannot tell that you are frustrated, Lieutenant.
Oh God. Oh God. Okay, I will be fine. You'll all be, yeah, great. Yeah. 2 Vulcans and a Betazoid. Awesome.
does this seem like it's the start of a bad joke?
I am actually only half Vulcan.
Okay.
It was a sexy, awkward silence. I liked it.
Would you like to share what the other half of you is, Doctor?
Oh, I would suppose it would be obvious with my eyes. Betazoid.
Great. Great. So before we get there,
Okay.
I want to ask. Go on.
No. I was waiting for that scene to end because that was great. So what do you got?
I want to be up front a little bit because we are going to be.
You can have the co-pilot seat because no one claimed it.
That's kind of what I figured I would be doing. Like, I figured the pilot would take the pilot seat and then I'd be in the co-pilot in case they need me to smack things with wrenches.
These are essentially next generation shuttles, so they've got the actual swivel seats that kind of look like racing chairs.
Cool. So then, yeah, she'll swivel around to look back at everybody, sort of position herself to include Yana in the conversation and say, so this is a secret operation. And for some reason, they felt like they had to let me know they had something on me to get me to take it. I don't know why. But, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. That's very personal. But
No one asked, Lieutenant.
no. But I feel like I want to know if you're all in the same boat or if I'm just that special.
Are you asking if I was emotionally and physically threatened to take this mission under duress? Then yeah, I was.
Cool.
I mean, yeah. I guess that is a thing. I'm assuming all of you here have been, as Lieutenant has said, I'm assuming everyone here has been kind of put in the same boat. Ship.
Well, one would suppose that they decided to blackmail the crew because of the fact that the dangers of this mission may be previously unheard of and needed a crew. And being that everyone seems to have been in the same situation, was the only way they could amass a crew.
To be frank, it sounds like it's a situation that they don't want us talking about afterwards. If I can be so bold.
I don't know.
Well, I think that part is obvious, but are one or multiple of you suggesting that you would not take an assignment Starfleet Command has given you if you were in a other situation?
They didn't have to blackmail me to make me take this.
I agree. I am just simply insinuating the fact that they went as far as to dig into the deepest depths of my being to pull this out and threaten me with it, like a dead rat or a tribble, is the part that I find incredibly insulting. But I'm here. I will do this. This is what I have signed up for, to do my duty. I am just a little irritated about it.
Well, I've done a lot of things, but they managed to find one of the few things that I wish they hadn't found. Do any of you know anything about who we're working for?
I asked, and the answer that I got was Starfleet Intelligence, with no additional context.
I hate to butt in, and I'm glad that we're all opening up and sharing and team building, as intercommunication between the crew is vital to a good operational unit. However, I would ask that we end this conversation now, please.
It's about that time. You arrive at your destination in the middle of nowhere. However, where anything else happens, Ansar. Control plus command, please. And if you have any talents or hoke that lets you hide your feelings, you should tell me. Or use them.
Hide my feelings.
Like if someone was, I don't know, trying to read you.
Of course. Well, I mean, I have a lot of social focuses, which, depending on how you look at them,
This would be
goes
for
as much
subterfuge.
into.
So if you can justify subterfuge, you can have the focus.
I mean, I have espionage,
You're good.
and
You can stop there.
confrontation. So,
Espionage.
I mean, I
covers
literally
hiding your
have all of
feelings.
the social focuses. Okay, so I can use the focus. That means that I can crit with my discipline number, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I want to perform task for a control and command. Using focus. I got one success.
Okay. Please describe your emotional state.
My emotional state is concerned that everyone is so
you don't have to
easily-
say why, just what it is, because this is not a mind reading.
Understood. Concerned with a little bit of
Okay.
focused.
The only person who would know that in character is the person who made me. Didn't make me.
Which I
Made
can
you do
take
that. Yes.
I can take a wild guess who that is.
Maybe. There's a couple of races here that could do that.
Okay.
All but one of you, actually, because Patty's not here yet. Sorry, Patty. I'll get you in a minute. So, it's about that time that the air directly in front of the non-air, because you're in space, the space directly in front of your shuttle shimmers as a starship decloaks. You've all seen Klingon decloaking, but this is a Federation starship. Except it's jet black. The metal is not silver at all, or white. It's got almost a camouflage on the like a camouflage tint to it, but not quite. It's mostly black. And it's massive. At least for this era. It's not Galaxy class massive, but that hasn't been completed yet, the first two. They're still in Stardock. This is the biggest ship you've ever seen in your life, every single one of you.
Fascinating. Have any of you seen a ship of this size with a cloaking device before?
You've never seen a Federation ship with a cloaking device, period.
At all? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Federation
Starfleet doesn't use
cloak.
cloaking devices.
I am so excited to get my hands in her guts.
Talking about guts. Should we be worried?
About?
I believe Lieutenant Duel is referring to the fact that this is an incredibly large Constitution, officially.
The class? You have no idea
Yeah.
what the class is. It looks like a wedge, and it has 4 nacelles. And it's
Okay.
even got empty space in front of the bridge, between the bridge and the front half of the wedge.
Okay, so I believe
Excuse
that
me,
Duel
Lieutenant
is...
Ansar Conan. I believe that you should say Yana Duel as one name.
Appreciate it.
Apologies, Lieutenant Yana Duel is referring to the fact that this is a ship with no designated classification, with technology not concurrent with Starfleet. So concern might be appropriate.
I think. Thank you for clarifying that. So I guess my next question is: do we risk hailing the ship?
Does it Sorry.
That's where we're supposed to go.
Tractor beam shoots out of the ship and hits the shuttle and starts pulling it towards. What you realize is you see the bottom of the ship, and the thing that slides open is like over here when the middle's here. This thing has like 4 shuttle bays. Also, there's something weird about the hull. You can actually see it on the overlay for the audience. But for you guys, this is... This is it. The thing in the middle is something separate, but all around the edge, that's the Dauntless from all the angles. Does not look like any Federation ship you've seen. Alisai, thank you. So, it pulls you in, and you disembark the shuttle, and head through the shuttle bay and to the turbo lift. And along the way, you notice that most of the crew also look like this is their first time on the ship, because they're all staring around in awe. Everything about this ship is cutting edge. Some of this technology you've never seen, and everything is brand new, too. Also, it's very streamlined. It's built for efficiency. So you get to the turbo lift, and I assume you all decide you're heading to the bridge?
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
report.
Given no other orders? Turbo lift takes you to the bridge. And the bridge door slides open, and there's 2 people stationed there. A couple people are using it as a background. I don't know how well you can see it. Steve, can you drop your background picture in the Discord for the players?
My background?
Yeah, that's the bridge. Or, Dirja, yours is the same thing. Either of you have the actual bridge. So, off to the side is one person stationed, a lieutenant wearing red. And then the exact opposite other side is one other station with a lieutenant wearing blue, and then all the other stations are empty, which are clearly yours. Also unique for a starship, at least from what you've seen, there's only one chair at the helm. There are not 2 helm officers on this starship. And there is someone sitting in the command seat wearing this uniform, which for the audience is to represent the fact that we're playing in the Lost era between old Star Trek and new, so the command officers are wearing the old uniforms, whereas the bridge officers are wearing the new. He stands up, looks at you all, says, "Welcome to the bridge. Please take your stations. I'm Commodore Ash." And you notice, much like the guy you met yesterday, although way less shifty. He doesn't come off as super creepy, and he doesn't look as shifty as that guy you met yesterday. He has the black badge.
I go straight to my post. My duty station.
Doesn't take you long to figure it out because you're a smart guy, but it's not like most tactical where it's behind, like in the Enterprise. It's off to the side up against the wall.
Okay.
There's also a station there for engineering that has full control of the engineering section. Like, you can reroute everything to the bridge instantly, Dersha. That's amazing. I've never seen anything like that. For Yana, these tactical controls are amazing, too. You've never seen anything this responsive when you touch it. Second, there is actually a medical station on the bridge, too, where you can monitor the entire sickbay, which when you mess with the LCARs to see what it looks like, it's massive. It could hold 30 patients at a time. At least. And in the middle it has like its own medical research station. Tactical Ansar. You sit down to look at it, and it gets you real excited, Ansar. So, as you all take your stations, you can go over the Dauntless. The USS Dauntless is... Tell me if I go too fast, Patty. 615.31 meters long. For reference, the Enterprise Galaxy class was 800. It is 220.6 meters wide and 81 meters tall. It has 22 decks, but only a crew of 350. It has the space to take on up to about 5,000 refugees or emergencies if you had to, but only 350 crew members, because this ship is not built to be a luxury live-in passenger liner like those Galaxy classes you keep hearing about. It has 3 entirely independent sets of transporters for personnel, emergencies, and cargo that are all separated from the others. It has 6 Type 7 shuttlecraft, 2 Type 8 shuttlecraft, 2 Type 9 shuttlecraft prototypes, and 2 Type 11 shuttlecraft prototypes. That Type 11 shuttlecraft, Yana, you've never seen anything like that. It can go warp 6 maintained, and it's a shuttle. It's also armed with torpedoes. Most shuttles only have phasers, if that. It also has 2 Worker B shuttlecraft, but you don't think you're going to need that. You're definitely going to need that. The first thing you immediately notice, Ansar, is you figure out what's wrong with the hull. In the picture you can see in the Foundry, that thing in the very middle, that's a drone. So you can zoom out if you roll with your mouse wheel.
Nope, I can't see. It's all black.
The big black box.
Why do you not have permission? That's okay, I'll just put it in Discord. The hull is covered in drones. They can detach, and they can be remotely controlled by you as a unit or as independent entities. There's like 100 of them.
Oh.
Drones armed with torpedoes and phasers. You're quickly realizing this is a battle cruiser. This is not a thing the Federation does. And you're wondering why this is a thing. And why you're on it.
This is a from where?
It's a warship.
No. Who does the drone technology?
You've never seen anything like that.
Oh, I thought you said it came from somewhere.
No. I said you're quickly realizing this is a battlecruiser.
Got it. Okay.
That picture's in Discord now.
Okay. So
The thing in the middle is what a drone looks like. The rest around the edges are the Dauntless.
the thing in the middle. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
There's 100 of these?
Yeah. They detach from the hull. They are the entire first layer of the hull.
I see.
On the top.
Yeah.
On the saucer.
Uh-huh.
The saucer can separate. The hull drones are armed with directed energy weapons comparable to a Type 8 shuttlecraft. And they have some kind of shielding you haven't seen before. It's very interesting. For you, Ansar, this ship has 8 phaser arrays. 4 on the saucer, 4 on the dorsal. Again, for reference, the Enterprise only had 3. This ship has phaser cannons. 2 in the back, 4 in the front. Phaser cannons are short-range weapons that hit 5 times as hard as a regular phaser. It's almost like a disruptor. I'll give you a second to catch up on that.
2 rear, 2 forward, phaser.
No. If you're still on phasers...
no.
On
There's
the
8 phaser... 8 phaser arrays, 2 rear and 2 forward.
2 rear, 4 front phaser cannons.
2 rear, 4 forward. Wow. Okay. Phaser cannons. Got it.
It also has advanced rapid-fire torpedo launchers. 2 on the ventral in the front, 1 on the dorsal in the aft, and 1 on the aft of the saucer between the impulse engines. So 2 front, 2 back. But if you had to separate, that's why you want to keep track of which is which. Which, you know, if that ever happens, I'll tell you again. You don't have to memorize it.
Okay.
Gets more interesting.
Oh,
you have 200 photon torpedoes loaded in here. 100 plasmid torpedoes. I'm sorry, 50 plasmid torpedoes.
Good lord. Okay.
And 100 tri-cobalt torpedoes. You don't even know what that is.
Okay.
You do know what a plasma torpedo is. The Federation rarely uses them. They hit the target and they splatter plasma over it and it burns like mad hell.
It burns. Yeah.
And the Federation doesn't like using them because they cause massive casualties because they'll tear a hole open.
They'll burn right through the hole, yeah. Okay, I got the torpedoes.
The hull is reinforced. And it has a layer of ablative armor.
Ablated armor?
Ablative, meaning you have to replace it as it gets damaged, but it would take a hell of a lot of damage to get through the hull on this ship.
Hey. Anything else?
For Dersha, super advanced warp drive. Now remember, this is 2351 for the people who've kept up with Star Trek. It can maintain warp 6 for an unlimited amount of time. That's badass. Its maximum attainable speed is warp 9.8 for 12 hours. It's also kind of amazing. And it has a fully functional holodeck.
Can I see what programs are on that?
Yes. Entirely military simulations at the moment. It has a massive database of fiction and leisure, but that's not what's been used.
All right.
So yeah, you're free to interact how you want on the bridge for a minute. The Commodore has said nothing. He's just letting you look around and watching you.
I want to run the long-range sensor scan, see what's near us.
Nothing. Oh, long range, you'd pick up stuff, yeah, but nothing special. Nothing
special?
Nothing that you did not expect.
Okay.
Also, I should mention too, because you're tactical, you don't have control of the cloaking station. That's that other guy in the red shirt. Which is good, because you don't know how a cloak works.
Right. Okay. Then, I'm just gonna go through my generic station, things, run, just confirm all. That's what I'm looking for. All blank is online.
System status.
Yeah, systems online. Thank you.
Lieutenant Pick would want to take a look to see who, if anyone, would be his security staff.
If he would what?
He would want to look up who his security staff are, if any.
350 crew on this ship. 120 of them are security. In some capacity, almost half.
And I would know those are all
unusual.
On my command.
You would know you're the chief of that. You'd also know that's unusual
Yeah.
for a crew of this size.
Okay.
Normally you'd have like 20 or 30.
In a similar vein, how many engineers do I have, and where is the engine room located in relation to where I currently am?
Engineering is in the dorsal. But that doesn't really matter because the way a turbo lift actually works, you never see this in the show because it's supposed to just be an elevator, but it's not. It's a mag lift. So there's actually a massive hollow part inside starships where they actually jet around through energy fields that are magnetically controlling them. So turbo lift doesn't go up and down, it goes anywhere it needs to go. So, pretty far, but you wouldn't sprint there, you'd need to take the lift. It's roughly the same place the Enterprises is.
And that's where the rest of the engineers are?
There are no other engineers on the bridge. You don't know if they're all in the engineering room, though, but there are 30 of them.
Okay.
Do I, kind of in character, kind of OOC, as a person who is a pilot, do I have access to like the flight plans or the itinerary or the dockets or anything that would kind of give us an idea of where we're going just out of preparation? I don't know if that's something I am capable of accessing, actually.
It does have coordinates plugged in for the Danuvian Nebula, which is a couple hours away at Warp 6.
Okay, and do I have any experience with that nebula?
Nope, but it does say you're supposed to rendezvous with Please tell us the name of your ship, Patty.
Do you want the
Make it up.
classification? Oh.
Give yourself a
okay.
title.
Give me 1 second. Come back to me. Give me like 20 seconds.
Anything else while we're waiting for Patty? Anything else you could tell me about the itinerary or anything I would know about the flight plans or anything I would have extra special access to?
Nope.
Okay.
Doesn't tell you why you're going there or anything about this Klingon vessel, which you would know is Klingon because the name is Klingon.
It's a very Klingon-like name.
The name of the ship is the Churgal, the Conqueror.
Good. Cool. Anything else of note?
Nope.
Okay.
You wouldn't know this, Amber, but the rest of them are being very silent. You could ask the Commodore whatever you want. There's no regulation against asking your captain what the hell's going on.
I will be very honest. As someone who is very new to the fandom, which is to say it was non-existent before last week, I am still kind of learning my way around what is okay and not okay for my character to ask and interact with. So
that's why I'll be telling you.
Playing it safe for now.
Excuse me, Commodore.
Yes, Doctor.
Seeing as how this may be a long-distance trip, are there any guarantees of contacting family members?
Before we leave?
After.
Shouldn't be a problem. This is just a training run. We're shaking down the ship and we're going to simulate some war games with the Klingons. They have a prototype too.
Ah, very well. Do I have any medical assistance?
Oh, yes. There are 40 nurses and 7 other doctors at your disposal.
I am the chief medical officer?
Yes. Is that a problem?
No, sir, it is not.
Excellent.
Just know that I would have gladly accepted this mission without what happened back on the space station.
He smirks. Yeah, they did that to me, too. It's alright, Lieutenant. It's just what they do.
I'm intrigued, Admiral, by the chance of prototype versus prototype wargaming.
I'm flattered, Lieutenant, but Commodore will do.
Oh, I thought you said Admiral. I'm
He's
sorry.
Commodore. Just a high enough
Commodore.
rank to make one of you the captain eventually.
Gotcha. I'm excited, Commodore, for the possibility of, or the chance for prototype versus prototype. I'm very eager to use these instruments.
Excellent, Lieutenant. Should be interesting to see what a warship can do. It's clear it's weird for him to be saying that as a Starfleet officer. But the black badge he's wearing does tell you he's obviously in the organization that blackmailed you to be here.
Right.
And it's easy for you, Ansar, to read between the lines and go, yeah, apparently that's how you get recruited.
They just hold something in front of you?
To get you in, and then once you're in, yeah.
Yeah, no, again, out of character, Ansar is very much on the wavelength of, yeah, we all would have accepted this, but then they wouldn't have the position of power if something were to happen. Like...
Yeah, Dirja's in a similar mindset. So she, once this conversation starts, just kind of swivels in her chair towards the Commodore. Is like, so this is, what, a power thing?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Whatever. And she just sort of throws up her hands and was like, I grew up with a bunch of Cardassians. They're all about
yes, that's why you're here.
Backstabby. Oh, I assumed it was because this is a war thing and most of the Federation isn't comfortable with it.
No, you didn't figure it out yet? No, they're trying to recruit you all into Starfleet intelligence. Section 31 to be precise.
If I may, then...
He looks at Ansar and says, that one figured it out. He's quick. Go ahead, Pick.
If I may, if I may, then, Commodore, why all this, what's the word I'm looking for? How do you say, the carrot on a stick instead of just assigning?
Because that way, if you decline their offer, you can't ever talk about it. It's not good enough that they take your word as a Starfleet officer. They have to know you.
We are actively on the bridge right now, correct?
Yeah, and none of the other personnel seem to... They're not shocked at this conversation.
I'm not picking up anyone shocked by any chance, but I'm going to kind of look up from my station. Commodore, I just merely wish to provide insight and suggestions. Perhaps we could set aside a chief officer meeting after our initial rendezvous where we could further discuss this in an appropriate setting.
Oh, it's okay, Lieutenant. We can't get going till the Klingons get here anyways.
I don't know. I definitely... I've been in some dicey situations, and I definitely feel being upfront and open is the best way to stay alive.
And it's at that moment that a Klingon vessel decloaks off the bow that's slightly bigger than yours. Patty, if you would. Wait, hold on. Hold on, we got this. We've been waiting to use this, Patty. Where'd it go? Yeah. There it is. Okay, now you can do it.
Holy balls, that was so loud.
I know, I watched everybody jump. That was amazing.
Yes. Before you decloaks the Turgal, a Negvar warship, first of its kind. It is the largest ship ever made by the Klingon Empire to this date. It looks similar to if any of you played StarCraft 2, it looks similar to the battlecruiser from that, with a large semicircular dome-shaped head, long neck, and then your kind of almost stereotypical looking wings off of that. Below it are the 2 disruptor arrays, which it uses as opposed to phasers, which for those of you who don't know, disruptors are more devastating and more powerful than phasers, as we do not care about your petty need to disarm or make sure a ship can't get away. We are all about the kill. It also carries several torpedo tubes, as well as a cloaking device, which the Klingons have been using for many more years than the Federation has. I don't know, what else? Is there anything else you want? I don't have any other, like, technical stuff about it that I can say.
No, that's good. But you can roleplay how you want because you're in the captain's seat.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
I will open hail to the Dauntless.
Communications officer says they're hailing us. The Commodore says on screen, Ansar, why don't you interact with our friends? See how you do. And he sits down.
I will move to a position where I can see the on-screen.
Federation vessel. This is the Turgal.
This is
We have
Federation.
arrived.
This is Federation vessel Dauntless. Confirming your transmission.
I'll look around because I assume I have. Is it just a zoom view where I can only see Ansar right now, or
Yep.
is it a bridge view where I can see everyone?
You can see the helmsman, so you can see Yana, and you can see Secum, and you can see the Commodore, but the other sides are too far away.
Okay. I'll look at the crew assemble and just kind of sniff. I see Starfleet brought their finest.
I see the Klingon Empire has brought valor and honorable warriors for us to test against. We are excited.
You speak well for one that is not of the blood.
And you show the appropriate amount of confidence. Are you able to back up your status?
Let's just say the Klingon Empire does not look forward to its new ship failing. And with that, I'll just turn back to my crew and just yell out, Ta Meitun! And our ship will cloak.
So, just for clarification, so that whole interaction, is that common Klingon etiquette?
That is, yeah, you think that went very well, Yana.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Yes,
Yeah, there was no threats of death or threats, or we didn't power up our weapon systems yet, so that went really well.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Oh, good.
And that's when the Commodore smiles and says, all right, they want to play already, let's play. And he says, black alert, and the lieutenant over on the left pushes a button. You've never heard that before either. And black alert, yeah. And then he looks over to the guy on the
Awesome.
left and says, Engage cloaking device. Helmsman, warp 6. Let's go. You ready, Lieutenant? He's talking to you, Yana.
Yep.
Kick
Ready.
it.
All right. So what out of character. So is there anything I can roll for? Anything I can do at this point other than just basic role play?
Can I cut in for 1 second?
Yes.
Here's what you have to do as a helmsman. You have to do the hand motions. You've got to just be like hitting your.
Wait, no, I got that too to help out here.
Oh, perfect.
I forgot about that. There we go.
Everything.
What is happening?
Bridge ambiance. Sounds like we're pushing Elkar's buttons.
Oh, got it. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can roll
Oh, good.
daring. We're going to do daring because that's fun. You're going to do daring plus con. Roll 2d20.
Yeah, I am. Hold on.
Tony, they are all equal rank, but Yana is helmsman. Only helmsman. Don't
I'm
die.
the only helmsman. Because I'm
Only
the
helmsman on the bridge.
Okay,
Also-
can you...
Go
could
ahead.
you clarify again what I'm rolling? I forgot. Because
Are you rolling meat space dice or are you using the foundry?
I am using actual physical dices.
Okay, so you're gonna roll 2d20, and is this your sheet? Hold on.
Oh no, I know that. I just forgot what attributes I'm rolling again.
Oh, okay. You're rolling.
I got that.
Or you're rolling daring plus con. So your
Daring and
difficulty
con.
is
Thank you.
12. Yeah.
Yep.
And your focus would apply here.
Cool. So. Okay, so 2d20s. I got a 10 and a 7.
10 and a 7. That is 2 successes. Okay. Yeah, you don't accidentally go the wrong direction. Both ships warp to their destination. And you're traveling through warp space, which is different than subspace, because this is Star Trek. And everything seems to be going smoothly. But Ansar, I'm going to need you to roll control plus con. And Dersha, I'm going to need you to roll control plus engineering.
Wait, control plus con?
Yeah, I know that's not your thing, but that's what it is anyways.
Okay.
Is this a role that the ship is assisting us with? So do we get that third dice?
It is, and also I can show you that now, just so you can see it. Okay, you can all see the ship sheet now too. You should have 2 sheets in your sheet view.
Ah, yes.
Fantastic.
So if I ever tell you to roll with the ship, you use that sheet.
Do I?
Well, I can't open it at all.
Yeah, me either.
Double click.
Nope.
Can we?
I have it for some reason.
I push right click and then import data. Do I want to do that?
No, you should just left click it and it should open. I
Nope.
have no idea what import data does.
It will not open. Cannot, shan't not, will not.
Could be a browser thing. I read somewhere that some browsers have a problem with
Chrome.
that.
Yeah, I
I'm
am
in
also
Chrome and I
using
clicked
Chrome.
I'm in Chrome and it works for me, so it's maybe a permissions thing.
No, you're all owners of the sheet.
Okay, well, I'm gonna roll my 3 dice.
Yep.
And what were the stats you wanted me to use?
Engineering plus control.
So I rolled 2 15s and a 13.
What was your difficulty? 15's a little high. It would be the 2 things I had you roll added up would be you'd want to roll that or lower.
Yeah, that's what I rolled.
But did the 15s fail or pass?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was playing D&D for a minute. I was very excited and now I'm unhappy.
Oh no.
Steve, since you can't open it right now, I'm going to screenshot it since it will affect you the most.
Well, okay, do I get just a third die, or is it actually changing my stats at all?
Right now,
was...
now you get a third die, but later on it'll actually affect your stats.
I was able to open it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
You said it was daring and engineering?
Control and engineering.
Okay, so that's a 15 total for me. So I rolled and met it for 2 dice, and I was just a squeak under for the third.
Okay. Also, thanks for the raid, 3B Radio.
Hey!
What about Ansar?
Commodore, sensors are picking up a raid. One success, but there was a complication.
Ah, okay. You both realize something's wrong. Something's wrong with the power relays between engineering and the warp coils.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. How do I get more information on that?
Insight plus engineering. And Ansar,
You said between the warp coils and...
engineering and the core, the warp core. And Ansar, your complication is you think you know exactly where it is, and you're pretty sure you can do something about it. You're not the engineer, but you are Ansar.
3 successes.
Okay.
Commodore, there seems to be a malfunction in the feed between engineering and the warp core. I believe it is due to this oversaturation of the flex circuits. If we flush the coolant, I believe it would secure the line.
Can we reroute? It sounds like that would take an hour. Durja, the answer is yeah, but we have to drop out of warp.
Yes, Commodore, but we'll have to leave warp.
Someone hailed the Klingons. So from now on, when we talk about hailing, that's you, Yana, or it could be Steve. Either one, you guys decide. It's either con or tactical that hails. Decide now.
I'll handle.
I was gonna say I feel like I'm doing a lot, so you can
Yeah.
definitely take the hailing.
So you just say hailing frequencies open, Commodore.
Thank you. Hailing frequencies open, Commodore.
And he opens his mouth to say something when there's a massive explosion. Let's see if you can all jerk to the left in unison like on the show. Go! Nope, you can't. Okay.
Oh, oof.
Hold on, ready?
Oof.
We need a countdown.
Yeah, count it down,
On
Steve.
3.
3, 2, 1, blah!
That's better. And the camera would show the ship actually spinning through space as it's knocked out of warp. However, the
Like
energy
radically
ripple,
spinning, like ridiculously
Yes.
radically spinning.
Wow.
For those
Yes.
who've never seen it.
yes. However, the shockwave hits your ship, Robeck, knocks you out of warp. It's a problem, though, Robeck. You have experimental engines on this ship. I'm gonna need you to roll engineering plus control. Difficulty 4.
Also, Patty?
You want Robeck to roll engineering? Yeah, okay.
Somebody redeemed 5,000 points for Patty the accent. They want a Fargo accent.
Oh dear.
And you get
said
3 dice,
engineering
Patty.
Control.
Yep, we get 3 dice.
Okay.
Spank my Betty. Yeah, Robeck's on the Klingon prototype. They're off to do prototype shakedown war games because these ships are meant to hold off Romulans and Cardassians on the border. Crit fail, Robeck. Doesn't matter. You've been spanked.
Okay. That's good because for some reason my sheet's not working, so it works out perfectly.
Yeah. You yell out some technobabble in Klingon, so it doesn't actually matter. However, your warp coil explodes as well, just like the Dauntlesses did, and detonates that special energy formula you've got surrounding your dilithium crystals. tearing open a rift in subspace, knocking both ships through it. As you spin out of control into oblivion. It's red alert scenario, and everything is shaking. They're really having fun with the cameras right now. Red lights flashing, everything is sparking. The dude that's on the back of the Dauntless, the dude that's at the cloak control station, the station explodes and he goes flying across the room and hits the ground all dead, even though he looks perfectly fine, but just slightly singed. But he's dead. So yeah, I guess that does mean a red
Commander,
shirt died.
sensors are completely are going haywire. I'm getting readings that don't make any sense. We're completely out of control. Some sort of subspace anomaly happening around us.
Pull us out, Lieutenant. You can't. That's you, Yana, but you can't. You try.
Yep. Can't do it. Can't.
Second, you're getting reports of casualties on multiple decks.
I would jump to action and take care of the med bay, directing folks where to go and making the official diagnoses and tell them what to do to fix it.
Excellent. And as the ships...
Commodore, we have to take all systems offline for weapons and shields. Put everything into the warp core. We've got to
Do
pull
it.
out of
Reroute all
this.
power to the engines.
Rerouting.
And that's when something major underneath the bridge explodes, ripping a hole in the bridge, blowing all of you out of your seats and across the deck. And that's where we take our commercial break. So, don't go anywhere, audience. We'll be back in 10 minutes to see what happened. And apparently to have a Furio as well as a Fargo. That's going to be interesting. And we've returned. When last we left from commercial break, the Dauntless and the Churgal had been knocked out of warp by some kind of accident on the Dauntless, igniting the experimental transwarp drive on the Churgal, sending them all into a subspace rift. The bridge of the Dauntless exploded and we closed the scene. Survivors of the Dauntless, you all start coming to slowly, one by one. You can talk in whatever order you want, though. Most of the bridge lights are out. The ones that are still flashing are red. Smoke and fire is happening. Star Trek fire.
Go ahead.
Is there a fire extinguisher or anything like that?
Yes. Very sci-fi one. And also, because I think it's hilarious, it has Discovery debris, so it's just rocks everywhere.
Great. I grabbed the fire extinguisher and started doing that, so continue.
You put out, your own station first, and then you can run over and put out the helm.
Okay.
Everyone's on the ground. A couple of them are starting to stir.
I pull myself up to my station. Commodore.
You look
Commodore.
around, you pull yourself up and look around frantically, and you see that the command chair is on the other side of the bridge, and the Commodore is lying across the rail, like Riker always used to do. And he has a piece of the rail going through his back and coming out his front.
I will run up to him.
He is not dead, but he is very unconscious.
Bridge to medical.
This is medical.
Second, you can answer, but it's chaos. You can hear yelling and screaming and shouts and alarms, Ansar, and then a very calm Vulcan voice says, "This is medical."
Commodore injured in an explosion, unconscious. Has a piece of debris through his abdomen.
I'll
Top
send the
priority.
medical team to bring him down right away.
Understood.
Thank you, Tony.
You, doctor, nurse, head to the bridge, bring the Commodore.
Everyone report. What's our status? Hull? Engines?
Pick. You pull yourself up, your station is partially working, and you can see that there are multiple hull breaches and the engines are offline, but the ship is intact and you're not losing life support. Yana, you can look at your station, which is mostly destroyed, and you can see that the Churgal is still out there, but half of it is missing, and there are Klingons just floating in space.
Oh, good.
Minimal life signs.
I guess I was going to try to hail them. I don't know if there'd be any point at this.
Robeck. Oh, go ahead, Steve.
I was definitely going to yell, Helm, hail the Klingon ship immediately. See if there are any survivors.
All right, hailing.
Thank you for the follows, everyone. Robeck, you come to, and you hear an incoming hail from the Federation ship. There's only one other living person on your bridge besides you, and you can feel lots of pain, but you don't care. There's no time for that, so you don't even take stock. Everything's on fire.
Oh,
Can you hear us? Are we transmitting?
oh, I took a rough and tumble, yeah. Oh,
Are you okay? You seem to be... Are you hurt? Have you suffered a brain injury?
oh, well, there seems to be a lot of debris and, I don't know. It's just... I just really can't get my gatherings, I'm really sorry. It looks like your ship had a bad tumble, too.
This is
Yes?
the best use of that reward ever.
It's really good.
Well, tell your Commodore I'm real sorry about that. That sounds real bad.
Captain Robeck, our Commodore, is currently unconscious and being transported to sickbay. Are you okay?
I hope he makes it there. Yeah, looking at myself, I'm looking like I'm tip-top shape.
With the way that you're speaking, I believe that you are in immediate need of medical attention. Is your sickbay currently operational? What is the status of your ship? Do you have hull and life support?
Ha! Well, don't you know, it seems like there's about half my ship missing.
Are your transporter rooms operational?
One is.
Here's the thing. I appreciate you checking on me like that. It's real neighborly of you there. But I'm not really getting feedback from any of my other systems, so I'm not real sure what's going on, you know.
Captain, I need you to listen to me very carefully. If your ship is that damaged, you're losing life support and hull in most systems, gather any of your essential crew, anyone that you can get to a transporter bay. Make those decisions, get people there, and
you're saying it like there's people that aren't essential. No, don't you know everyone on a Klingon ship is just as equal and as essential as the other one? We're all pretty good neighbors to one another.
The Betazoid is speechless.
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna circle. I'll circle back with you a little bit later now, and I'll let you know how we're doing. Just Klingon vessel out. Ugh, that felt disgusting to do.
Should I just start transporting them over here, sir?
I'll turn and be like,
Before that can happen, you're getting an emergency incoming call from engineering, Dirge, where the second in command was in there. Heavy damage has been sustained. People are dying, and the warp core is leaking plasma. And this is where Furio can pretend to be the other engineer. Dirge, did you accept the hail?
Yes.
so I'm the Klingon engineer?
No, the person in the Dauntless's engineering bay.
Oh.
Status.
Hey, so it's pretty messed up, pretty bad down here, okay? All right, so we kind of got a thing, it kind of went boom, and now everything's kind of falling over, and ain't nothing working right. We got the coils, they're not coiled no more, right? So coils uncoiled, that's not great.
It sounds like there's fluctuations in the secondary
You did it!
torpedo
You
banks.
broke the Vulcan! Look at Ever! You did it!
Yeah,
We need to-
fluctuations and stuff, yep,
We need to
fluctuating all up
recoil
and
those
down.
coils.
You want me to coil the coils back into the coil position, do I understand correctly?
Yes, do you need assistance?
Yeah, I need some assistance down here. I'm doing this all by myself. It just got me and myself in my hand over here, okay?
And 30 other people, but I will be down to
30
assist.
other people, about 19 and a half of them are dead.
Please contact Medical Bay to seek assistance. I will be down shortly to offer what hands-on assistance I can.
Sick Bay's you gotta leave a voicemail to get to Sick
I
Bay
hang
right
up.
now, okay? All it is, it's like, hello, this is Sick Bay, how can I help you? Please leave a message after the beep. Beep, we're dying down here, come on!
She hung up. And she's on her way to the lift.
It was so hard to not work.
How long do those accents last?
As long as the scene takes them.
Great.
That's
okay.
Okay, I want all
I'm
the
laughing
bonuses.
so hard my tape's not staying up to my mustache.
I want all the bonuses because I did not put one profanity in there because this is a Star Trek episode.
That was brilliant. I noticed.
That was
And
excellent.
I
just smeared myself.
The coils ain't coiled.
Coils ain't coiled no more. What the hell you want me to do down here?
I fake hate you right now. I fake hate you right now.
I do have to say I am disappointed that neither of you, neither Patty nor Steve, talked about Erythium crystals and their given accents.
It could happen.
I feel robbed.
So I have a little headcanon out of character going on that poor Furio keeps trying to go on vacation, but the contagion keeps sending him places. That's my headcanon.
All I know is you made it all the way through a Robeck second, but you fell apart on the coils are uncoiled.
Furio is so close to my heart. I just
Can't even.
yeah, I can't even. I can't dodge also because numbers suck. But
It's fair.
Also, Nautilus, I think our Trill just coughed up her sleeve.
Dirja asks permission of the Commodore or acting officer to
So,
to leave the bridge, assist engineering.
So, because this is a battle cruiser, you never really had time to go through how it would work. But yeah, it does fall to tactical second. So Ansar is not just being a jackass when he took over.
Oh.
I was hoping that, like...
Tactical,
yeah, I do not want to be in charge.
Tactical, then helm, then engineering, then science. So it would fall to Ansar, and then Yana, and then Pick, and then Durja. I'm sorry, then Durja, then Pick.
Yeah, I will naturally step into that role regardless of whether or not I was second in command. Ansar just steps up to do that. And he's yelling all of those things out, and he just goes, "Lieutenant Pitt, can I get you on the tactical operations console, please?"
Would I understand and refer to him as sir, since he's now in charge?
Yes.
I assume. Yeah. Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
Thank you.
And I'll walk over there.
So, go ahead and do your command, and then we'll have Durja roll for transport.
That's what I was just gonna say. It was like, Lieutenant Durja, please transport the captain and as many of the Klingons over to the ship as you can.
Okay, Durja. We can do this one of two ways. Well, I'm just asking for the audience because I know what you're going to do. You could try to make sure that you do this with maximum safety and efficiency in mind, but you might not rescue as many as you could. You could try a real dangerous transport and get as many as possible, but you might kill them all.
We're gonna try to save them all.
Of course we are. So you're going to roll daring plus engineering with your focus.
All right, so I want to roll under 14 with my focus
And
intelligence. Okay.
And I'm going to spend 3.
I rolled 3 5s.
It's good because I spent threat. How many of you are there? 6. Okay. Oh, who's tracking momentum?
I am.
You have 2.
Well, did we start with more, like you said we would? Did we start with the momentum equal to the number of people in the game?
Yeah, let's do that for this
just
session. So you get 6.
Okay. Yeah.
It won't be every session, but we'll start the game that way. Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll just keep carrying it over from there.
Right. Okay. You successfully save all remaining living crew members from the Klingon ship, which then explodes the second the last guy disappears. And it's just gone.
So, wait, so the transport went and then the ship disappears?
Exploded.
No, exploded.
Exploded.
Exploded and gone.
The Klingon ship is gone. It's just debris now.
Did it turn inside out first?
No. No. But it did do that little almost implosion wobble that they like to do.
Okay.
Turned inside
I'm glad
out
someone got that.
and exploded.
One of my favorite scenes. All right, moving on.
Helmsman, readings, quickly. Were they able to get anyone over?
Yeah, they got all the survivors, Yana. You don't have to roll for that.
All survivors accounted for.
I need a reading, Helm. Where are we?
Here's the good stuff. Okay, go ahead and give me a control plus con, Yana, with 3 dice.
3 dice, huh? Control and con. Ooh, 3 successes.
Nice. You're able to get your exact heading, and you can tell acting captain that you are somewhere on the far end of the beta quadrant, way past known space. I'm going to show you that now too. Hold on. Discord.
Sir, as far as I can tell, we are in the beta rewind, Control Alt Delete. We are in the beta quadrant. I cannot say this word right now. Quadrant. That is the word. Quadrant. We are in the beta quadrant.
You're telling me that we're in the beta quadrant.
Yes.
The far
Which
end.
which
The far
when,
end.
when she okay, I was gonna say if she
Run-
doesn't say the far end, that sounds fine. But when she says the far end, that worries you.
Okay, run scans again. That's obviously an incorrect heading.
I don't believe that's true. But I'll run it again. Do you want me to roll it? Would you like me to roll again?
You don't have to roll again. You can just
No,
pretend you
that's
run
just
it
me
again.
role playing that we're
Yeah.
in a place where we're not
I
supposed
figured.
to be.
I just wasn't sure if we were gonna fiddle with it. But
We have Tav now.
I can assure you this is exactly where we are at right now.
Lieutenant Pick, run scans. Was this a trap? Are we being? Are there any other ships in the area?
Do I need to roll for that? What should I roll for that?
For ships,
Scan for immediate surroundings.
I'll be nice. Say since it's for hostile things, you can do security plus control.
Also, as a side note, while Pick is rolling, should we be worried about any debris?
The deflector shields are pushing it away.
Good.
Main
Okay.
shields are offline, but deflector shields are working.
Okay, good to know.
Would either my focuses, shipboard, tactical systems, or survival help me in this role?
Tactical systems, yes.
Okay. So that gives me a third dice, correct?
Yep.
Or
Oh wait, no, is that a focus?
focus, yeah.
No, that doesn't give you extra dice, but it means that if you roll at or under the discipline, you crit instead of just on a 1.
Oh, okay. So, well, should I re-roll? I did roll 3 dice because I rolled before you.
Just use the first 2. Whatever they were will count.
Okay, 1916, so
Reroll.
Is it that bad, Steve? If it was that bad, yeah, you can re-roll.
Oh, I mean, it was 2 successes. There we go. Hey, there we go.
3 successes. Successes.
Are we under attack?
You are not. There are no hostile ships anywhere. In fact, you don't read anything within medium sensor range except space dust and a comet.
Nothing, sir, except normal spatial phenomenon within medium range.
There it
In that
is.
case-
Wow, that was hard to find.
In
So,
that case, make sure that life support systems are getting appropriate amount. We got to make sure that people are okay. Focus all attention to securing the staff.
Permission to leave the bridge and assist engineering.
Absolutely.
So, on the map I just posted in the Discord, all of known space where everything happens in Next Generation Original Star Trek is center middle, or bottom center. Everything that happens in Voyager is top right. Everything that happens in Deep Space Nine is top left. You are far right in that last spiral.
Hole.
Yeah. Yana, you're able to calculate using the LCARs, that's what they call the computer, that you, at sustained warp 6, you would get back to Romulan space in 18 years.
Well,
add a couple weeks so you can get the Klingon space instead.
how much time do you
That's
got?
friendly, yes.
As far as we can tell, 18 years.
I kind of just take that information in. I see.
I mean, the good news is, if you have any Earth children, they'll just be old enough to play the lottery at that point.
Humor at this time. I can see a good way to deflect from the situation. Excellent. Does everything seem stable? Like life support, hull, shields? Like,
No. You
like-
have
like-
deflector. You have life support and deflector shields. Everything else needs fixed.
Okay.
No impulse, no
But-
warp, no main
Okay,
shields,
but
no
like
weapons.
we're not dying from life support,
No.
right? Like,
But you are
okay.
heavily damaged.
okay.
And we're gonna jump scenes to where you're all in sick bay. Because
Okay.
either you're hurt, or in the case of Ansar, you would do a tour of sick bay. That's just part of getting everything prioritized.
Of course.
Secum is in emergency surgery and can't help you. However, one of Secum's many assistants is available. You know what to do, ever. when Ansar walks up for a report.
I'm Dr. Tev. How can I help you today? As you can see, it is a very busy, exciting day here in the medical bay.
Yes, it's been quite a day.
Yes, please get to the information that you wish to give me.
Well, I was looking more for information from you. What's our casualties, fatalities?
Oh, there's a lot of people dead, and then there's a lot of people not dead, and then there's a few people who are definitely more than dead.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor. It's very insightful. Are we able to get these people back to their duty stations? It's an all-hands-on-deck situation.
Not anytime soon, Doc.
Some people are missing their hands, so they cannot put all the hands on the deck. But also there is the people who are more than dead. Well, they will never be returning to duty. But there are some people who are dead that we might be able to revive, and then they could return to the deck and put all of their hands on it.
Incredible. Doctor, we received a large amount of Klingons transported onto the ship. Is your sick bay prepared to offer them medical attention?
And that's when one of them, who's arguing with some other doctors, sits up and... Do your thing, Robeck.
Damn Federation fools! And I will actually pull off my belt, my disruptor, and take one of the doctors just like around and hold it.
Oh, goodness.
What did you do?
Nobody did anything. We took you from the ship that was exploded. It saved your life. Has saved your life.
Your ship. We scanned an anomaly up on it before this accident occurred. You've killed all of noble warriors. Better.
Durja, remember, you also scanned an anomaly on their ship.
She is gonna step to that Klingon.
Yeah.
And get in his face and say, "We scanned an anomaly on your ship as well. Whoever did this wasn't us, wasn't you. Let the doctor go."
It just means that you Federation dogs sabotaged our engines.
And we would sabotage ours too? Look around.
No, not sabotage. Clearly inferior engineering.
Excuse me? Inferior engineering?
Correct.
Oh boy.
All right. I have to let you know.
Her like nose ridges are right against yours. She is pissed and she is in your face.
Okay.
I will step forward. Chief Engineer,
Sir.
please remove yourself from the Klingon captain space. Captain, that is my chief engineer that you're talking to. Please talk to them with the respect as an ally.
Also,
A damn fool, clearly.
I'm going to interrupt here and say, Pick. He pulled a disruptor in the sickbay. You're chief of security. What would you like to do about that?
I wanted to let that play out, but yeah, I've
You do
got
have a Type 2
set,
on your belt.
Yeah, so I've grabbed it and it's set to stun, and but I have not like leveled it at him yet. But what I will be doing is sort of like sidestepping in a way that if I need to take a clear shot, there's no one behind, no one, just proper shooting stance for this kind of situation.
The audience is already shipping Robeck and Durja. So.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Wait a minute.
Sorry.
Can Tav have a sedation medication in their pocket and sedate
Yes.
Robeck?
Tav can roll Sekim's medicine plus daring. And Robeck, you can roll control. No, you can roll insight plus command.
There was a talent I was also hoping to use.
Medicine plus daring? Was it?
Medicine plus daring for you, Sekim, yeah.
Okay.
Your focus applies.
Can I use fitness instead to like resist this? Okay.
I rolled one success under my target number. That's how that works again, right?
Yep.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Yeah. Oh, just one.
Can I use my Klingon trait of like redundant internal systems and the ability to like withstand. Hold on, my buds died. Can I use my Klingon trait to like be resistant, to help be resistant to this?
Yeah, so if you use fitness instead of daring, instead of dodging the hypo, you're going to take it and try to fight it off.
Okay, cool.
So you get difficulty of 2, 1 for second success and 1 because it's a sedative.
2 successes.
That's a tie. Goes to defender. So
Okay.
you're woozy and weak, but you can shake it off, but you're not in fighting shape.
When I see the sedative go in and he does not instantly go out, I am going to step in and be like, all hands, stand down immediately. This is a guest on our ship, Captain Robeck. Please understand that we need to stay calm in this situation. And I want to use presence command and diffuse tension.
Do it.
You should be getting sleepy. You should
After
be
Tav
getting
hits me with the
sleepy.
hypo, I'm just gonna like knock it out of their hands.
Well, I never. I'm going to go take care of the dead people.
And at this point, like I will just like shove Tav away, and I will holster my disruptor.
Oh no.
You've been spanked, Steve.
Okay. Seems like it was going that way just naturally, but okay.
Well, yeah, I shove the doctor away, holster the disruptor, just be like, well, seeing as my crew has been transported here, and it looks like, from what I've seen so far, there is not a full complement on this ship. The Klingon Empire hereby assumes control of this ship. I am your captain now.
Can Sikkim out finally be done with the emergency surgery and come out
Yes,
to this
you
chaos?
can switch back now.
Okay, cool. Oh, not in my medical bay. I would ask that you all calm down. Because in the medical bay, whether you are a captain or not, you need to sit down, shut up, and accept your medical treatments.
You allow doctors to talk as such on a command vessel?
Yes, according to Starfleet operations and standards.
Well, this ship is no longer under Starfleet command.
Dirge in your face again, and she says, I've lived through one occupation. I'm not doing it again.
Stand down, little
You
one.
stand down.
You
Sit your
you
ass
show
back on
the
that
heart
bed.
of a fighter, but I will not hesitate to remove you.
And I will just... Captain, permission to deck this
and-
Klingon.
Well, Pick will like full on pull put the type in like a shooting position when he says remove you, like that's a clear threat.
That's when you hear from across the sick bay, all right, that's enough, from the Commodore. He's on his sick bed and he can't move because, he's missing most of that part of his spinal cord, but he's still there. He says,
Commodore, please do not stress. It will cause your injuries to be exaggerated.
Klingon Captain, I'm not dead. This is my ship. You can stay as guests, or you can fly home. Decide now. Starfleet personnel, remember the uniform. Back down.
Dirge will step away at the Commodore's words,
It
but
would
barely
not
out of
be-
your personal space.
It would not be honorable to challenge your captain to battle in his state. Once he is restored, I will.
You can kill me when I'm healthy. For now, I'm in charge.
And then this will be my ship. And I say those last couple of words to Ansar.
Can I Betazoid him when he says that?
Sure. What do you want to do? You want to read his emotions? See how
Like-
angry he actually is?
Yeah, like when he says it, like what am I actually getting off of him?
You're getting anger. You're getting confidence.
Okay.
You're getting just anger and confidence.
Anger
the
and
fact
confidence.
that, and a little bit of respect. You're not sure towards who or what,
Who.
but
Yeah.
respect.
Okay, perfect.
Also, unlike Creeptastic Section 31 guy that blackmailed you, the Commodore is not a blank slate. For future reference.
Okay, perfect.
I am assuming I am also present for all of this, and I would like
you
to
saw
just
all of that.
I would like to just turn to Dirja and just say, good news. Next time, I'm not going to have to pick the oh my god, I lost the word. Oh no, this is embarrassing. The engineer. There we go. That's the word. Next time, I'm not going to have to pick the engineer.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We can be friends now.
Oh, good. I certainly am not going to be friends with that man.
No.
I do not need your friendship. I need you to fall in line in order to.
What you need is a nap.
What I need is not for Federation incompetence to kill half of my Klingon warriors!
Didn't you listen? We didn't do it.
I can confirm that you do in fact need a nap per medical protocol.
So sit down and shut up. Captain, permission to leave medical bay. Return to engineering, please.
I want a full rundown of exactly what happened. All of you.
Yes, sir.
Captain Robeck. Actually, you're commander. But Commander Robeck, whatever of your people are still able, you'll assist. We want to find out what really happened, so you're going to work together. Pick. If they start shooting each other, shoot everyone.
Would be my pleasure, sir.
Before Dirja leaves medical bay, she does sort of half turn and says, the only reason any of your crew are here is because I'm damn good at my job. So listen to the doctor. Sit down, do whatever they say. Or I might as well have just left you all in space. And then she leaves.
You hear a couple Klingons over in the corner laughing and talking in Klingon language. None of you speak. Robeck, they are talking about how that was kind of sexy, and they want to get to know that lady later. I don't know what you think about that, but
I'll just kind of yell over at them. Go back, Chuya! And they'll all immediately just kind of like go back to like sitting down and like shutting up.
okay. A couple hours pass, and you are able to determine as a unit that the Dauntless knocked both ships out of warp, but the unstable transwarp drive on the Klingon ship is what knocked you all the way across the galaxy instead of, just falling out of warp in the Beta Quadrant. I mean, in the explored part of the Beta Quadrant. One would not have happened without the other. You're also able to determine that the Dauntless cannot operate properly without the Klingons, so you're going to have to figure that out.
When we figure that out together as a unit, I want the Klingon engineer there, and in front of all of them, when we figure out that there was an issue in operating the experimental engines and warp core in the ship, I'll just strike him down and just look straight at the rest of the Starfleet officers. It would appear that there was mistakes on both ends, and for that, I do apologize.
Yeah, he straight
It
murders that guy.
has been taken care of.
I'm assuming we're like in a conference room setting, kind of discussing what our plans and what we're gonna do.
Yeah, and the Commodore is there, but only on the view screen because he's still in sickbay.
Okay.
He doesn't really react to that. He kind of gives you a look and sort of like, let it go.
Yeah. Like how you handle your men currently is your decision, obviously, Commander. Yes, I think we are. Both sides are willing to accept some blame in regard to this, but that's in the past. Let's focus on the future and getting home.
Agreed.
Helmsman.
Now you can go around and call for reports.
I was gonna say, well, if I remember correctly, Helmsman, Duel, you said that it would take nearly 18 years to get home. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Give or take.
Here's what you can tell him, Yana. And you can just say I'm speaking for you if you want, but the galactic barrier prevents you from going outside the known galaxy. Going due west, you're going to pass through Romulan frontier occupation territory that's not part of their empire, but that they are trying to forcibly take over. This is where they're skirmishing with the Klingons. None of that is safe. However, going north is completely unknown, and you could maybe go north and then back south to get around that. There's absolutely nothing up north that would be a problem.
So TLDR. TLDR, if we head north, that's probably going to be our best bet at the moment to prevent us from ultimate, untimely death.
Can't say no because I don't know what's north, but I can't say yes because I know what's north.
2351, the Delta Quadrant is entirely unexplored. First contact with the Borg will not happen until 2371.
Okay, so
The Empire has sent probes out this deep, but readings and things of that nature are not always accurate. So unfortunately, from what we can salvage of our ship's computers and our logs, we cannot give much information as to what is out here.
So we are running with a bunch of inconclusives right now.
correct. So let's focus on what it is that we do know. We know that we do have the Dauntless. We know that we have spare parts left over from the Klingon ship. We might
What
be
you
able
know
to...
is, this is for Yana, sorry.
Okay.
You have partial impulse power, you have no warp drives. The wreckage of the Klingon ship wouldn't fix that even if it was intact because their trans-warp drive failed. They're going to have to solve that creatively. That would be your report.
So we are basically 3 shakes above scuttling this ship.
Yeah, you're going to have to hobble somewhere to try to get your warp going. So that will require, a creative solution. You feel like, Ansar, you should ask all stations what's going on with the ship.
Okay. Then yes, let's just to get everybody on the same page. Full report, everything. What's working, what's not working.
Durja. Main engineering is intact, but there are plasma leaks and you need replacement coolant, which the ship doesn't have, or else the warp drive will become unstable. Even if you could fix the coils, you can still only go warp 2 without that coolant.
Our main issue right now is we need coolant. Otherwise, we won't be able to go above warp 2.
Robeck, as the new Black Alert Tactical Officer, meaning all the things these Federation dogs don't know how to do. All that's actually working fine. The cloak works. The stealth parts of the ship work, so do the drones. Those are the things you would be in charge of.
I've taken the liberty of looking at your cloaking device, as I assume...
Now you can tell them what you want. It's really fucking good.
It is inferior to the one aboard our ship, and I've had to make some adjustments in order for it to be of any use, but it is operational, and I do not know how much knowledge our Empire has given you of this, but seeing as this is mostly a Klingon secret, I will take charge of that station and guard its secrets.
Second, about half of the crew is functional at the moment, and you are going to need more medical supplies to make sure you can fully restore all of them. It's got a massive sick bay, but not for 90% casualties.
My sick bay is efficient enough, however, I need to have an additional room cleared so that I may contain the 90% casualties that our ship has endured, as well as I will need additional medical supplies if I'm to assist these injured crewmen any further.
I assume you're giving equal treatment, Doctor, to all patients, not favoring one over the other based on uniform.
Why would I favor one over the other? That's rather illogical.
Yes, why would you?
You would actually know, Robeck, that it's highly unlikely a Vulcan would do unfair treatment. They're not. They
But
are.
I can tell they're not full. I can tell they're not full Vulcan though.
You can, but the general Klingon opinion of Vulcans is they're strong-willed, but they're still weak because they won't fight. But they're honorable.
They are the ultimate HIPAA enforcers.
Valid. Last but not least, Pick. As far as security is concerned, your security team is massively reduced. But some kind of cross-training with the surviving Klingons, maybe you'd actually be more efficient.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is that during this, during this time skip, what I would have done is encouraged the meeting of the minds, so to speak, between security and Klingon, but really is like a keep an eye on the Klingons kind of way, but sort of in a more a more political manner. You know what I'm saying. I'm not saying it well at all.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. That's basically the full report, Ansar. The other reports are given by NPCs, but they're not relevant.
Sure. So just a quick recap, make sure that I'm understanding. We need first to completely restructure the warp core to be able to even move at warp 6 and get us there in 18 years. We need coolant for the warp core as it's going to overheat and we're going to have another explosion. We need medical supplies because we're running low. Our cloaking device still works, and we're starting to have full integration with the Klingon to fill out our security staff. Okay.
And it's also we determine who will be giving out commands while your captain is incapacitated. And at that, Robeck will stand. I formally challenge you for the right to command the ship.
I'm not incapacitated, I'm right here.
It is my understanding you are letting this one give orders in your stead.
He's just kind of doing that, and it amuses me, so I'm observing. However, when we actually get going, I expect all of you to work together like Starfleet does, it's a shot at the Klingons, to figure out these problems and get our ship fixed. Once it's time to figure out how to go home, then I'll tell you who's in charge of what. But there's two of you. It seems to me you can fucking share. Yeah, he actually said that.
Robeck will sit back down. That is agreeable.
Someone's got to take the con anytime someone else goes down planet. That's how we'll make that work out. But there's a condition, Robeck. If I send you on away missions, don't stab first.
Just doesn't say anything.
I'll spin in my chair. Commodore. What? Obviously, our first priority has to be the warp core and a coolant. We'll get to work on that immediately. Might I suggest, though, that once we are able to move, we not go with Helmsman Ionadul's suggestion of north into the Gamma Quadrant. At this point in time, we know that we have high battle functions and stealth. Once we are able to move and maneuver at a high capacity, the enemies and the frontier that we know will be better to our advantage than ones that we do not know.
What do the rest of you think? I want to hear opinions. Do we go into unknown space where we have no idea what we'll be running into? Or do we try to sneak through Romulan space? We haven't seen a Romulan in 20 years. We don't even know what kind of capacity they have anymore. Last time we saw them was when they blew up Kittimer.
Considering that our ship has cloaking abilities, We should be able to survive decently through Romulan space.
Unfortunately, I agree with the Klingon.
You are truly new to this technology if you think cloaking makes you safe from all threats. Do you not think both us and the Romulans know how to find each other?
Robeck, you heard a weird rumor too. Like, you've never seen concrete evidence of it, but there's a lot of rumors among the skirmishes the Klingons are having on the border of new Romulan ships that are 5 times the size of anything anyone's ever seen, that have a 360-degree firing arc, which is unheard of for Federation or Klingons. They all have an arc. These cruisers could take on 3 or 4 of your warbirds at once and win. At least that's the rumor.
Storyteller. Sorry. My understanding as a player is that Romulans are like the top of stealth technology.
Klingons originally got their cloaks from the Romulans back like 100 years ago. Yeah, 150.
Okay.
Then I stand corrected.
Plus, not only will you have to deal with Romulan dogs, but this is clearly a Black Ops Federation ship, and our mission was not well known to the Empire. If any birds of prey were to see this ship or detect it, it would be blown out of space first, with questions asked later. You cannot count on the immediate treaty of the Klingons to protect you in this mixed space.
What's
Second, check your side.
Rebecca, what's your commander, correct?
Well,
Just so on their Klingon ship, yes, I would have been commander, but just kind of as an act of like peacemaking, like you see, I take off like one of the bars off my uniform, and I consider myself I am Sog, I'm lieutenant, I am now the same ranking as the rest of you.
Lieutenant Robeck, are you suggesting that
Sog
Robeck, excuse me, are you suggesting that yourself and the rest of your crew would not want to fight Romulans?
It's not a matter of not being able to fight Romulans. It is a matter that this ship barely limps. It would not even make a match for them. Not even one of their transport ships can destroy this ship right now.
That is all accurate. However, I would mention, I can't say what it is, not yet. We do have a tactical advantage on board that may help with the Romulans. I don't know if it's enough to get all the way through their space, but we do have it.
If you have found a better way to kill Romulans, please share.
Kill them the same way they'd kill you. Which to you means treachery, stealth, and guile.
Does this ship, because it's a top secret ship and all of that, and it looks so different, is this easily identifiable as a Federation ship?
It does have, well, it's got a name on it. It does say Dauntless, but it doesn't say NCC. It says NX. So, yes and no. It uses Federation hails. Federation hail codes.
Okay. I see. The hail codes would give us away.
But it does not have a design at all like Federation. So if you changed your hail codes, you wouldn't read like one. No, the whole design is unique.
Okay.
I mean,
the cells,
like,
though, maybe.
It's really kind of just a matter of charisma on whoever's talking to whoever might be healing us at some point.
Yeah. I would even say that. I was like, this is also a prototype ship that, with a few modifications, we might be able to go unrecognized as a Federation ship when needed. We are aware of a series of M-class planets that we would be able to cross. I think the likelihood of supplies, things that we would need, is more likely heading towards Romulan space than into the complete utter unknown of the Gamma Quadrant.
It's your opinions. Pick.
I wish to go in the direction that has the most chance of medical supply, regardless of what that is.
I apologize. He actually meant Lieutenant Pick.
Oh, oops.
He meant JT.
Wait, we're all lieutenants!
Well, I just said pick,
Yeah.
and that sounded like pick your choice. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I didn't. That's why I didn't react to that at all.
Go north or go west, basically.
Yeah.
Which will determine how this game goes. Borg or Romulans.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I feel that then it would be more logical to the border wars of the Klingons, given Romulans, given Soak Robek's commentary,
Second.
which out of character means I want to see Borg really bad, so I'm voting Borg.
Second. Romulan
Commodore,
still?
Commodore, I'm sure you're aware that my opinions remain. Whichever direction will get us medical supplies promptly.
Durja.
Point of order? We can't know which way will get us medical supplies faster because we don't know much about that way. And she just sort of gestures vaguely.
The Commodore
And-
says, Lieutenant, that's just a Vulcan's way of abstaining.
Oh, classy. I don't think we can sneak past the Romulans.
Lieutenant Yana.
So, I am not much of an engineer, but correct me if I'm wrong, but we are not in any real shape. I don't believe that it would be the healthiest for the remaining crew of both ships to be able to make it through the Romulus territory in one piece, or in any. Actually, we wouldn't be in one piece. We would be in multiple pieces, spread throughout the galaxies.
Any of my warriors would jump at the chance to kill a Romulan before they die.
I know.
No longer multiple pieces, as I am aware the medical bay has amended any amputations.
Thank you, Doctor. So, I mean, it's a stupid choice, but I still think heading north would be the most logical for us at the moment. Either direction is probably going to end up with us all dying and splattering across some surface we come across, but I think taking our chances north is going to be the best bet.
Well, then again, by the time we reach Romulan space, we could all be friends. Like, there could be a new peace treaty or something.
Those happen every 5 minutes. You could be right.
Don't count on it. The Empire has been fighting the Romulans before any of you were born.
And Deirdre's just kind of smiling. She's like, I wonder if by the time we get back, Voyager will be free.
Robek.
From what I've seen of its people, there's a good chance.
Robek wants to kill Romulans. So what was Yana's final vote?
Kapla.
I guess so. It's between the Romulans and the Borgs, basically, right?
Yeah, and for
But we don't know
context,
that.
the Romulans are way less dangerous.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Are they? I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you. I guess one can be swayed to take the Romulan way, because when in there's a Rome joke in there someplace, I'm sure. When in Romulus, when in Romulus, do as the Romulans do.
Yes.
So Tony, they're not junior officers. They're all veterans. They've done full tours on other ships and outposts, plus they're department chiefs. In Star Trek The Next Generation, everyone except Picard and Riker were lieutenants, including Geordi, who ran engineering. So, and Riker wasn't even a full commander then.
No, he was a full commander.
Had encounter in Farpoint.
Yeah, he was a commander.
Okay.
Oh, I could have sworn he started off as.
I'm pretty sure I remember 3 pips, but you're probably right.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Farpoint in years.
Well, three pips is commander.
Oh, you're right. Two pips and a black pip would be lieutenant commander. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Geordi who gets promoted. He starts as lieutenant and then he goes to lieutenant commander.
So that means, Secum, if you continue to abstain, which you're allowed to do, tell me now.
Well, Ensar's gone a little while, letting everyone go, and he'll turn his like, Commander, remember, it is, while we are merely here to guide and aid you, you are in command. You must make the correct decision. We have two options. One, complete unknown space for almost 100% of the journey. The other, unknown space for a much smaller amount of that journey.
Who are you talking to?
The Commodore. It's his decision ultimately.
Yeah, but we're still out of character. I need to know if Ever's going to abstain because it's a party. It's a party vote right now.
Sure.
And right now, Romulans carry unless Secum votes Borg, then it's a tie.
I remain abstained from this.
Romulan space carries. So yes, back in character, he says, sneaking through Romulans, such as it is. However, that may be part of Section 31, but we're not anywhere near them anywhere. So we're going to do this the way Starfleet would do this. We're going to operate under Starfleet operations regulations. That's the word I'm looking for. Not Section 31 regulations. We do have a ship capable of fighting, and if we have to fight the Romulans, we will, but we won't shoot first. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Find a way to fix our engines and get some medicine. And he turns off his comm. And he directed that find a way to Ansar and Robeck, who are technically in charge now. Thank you, Bug Wizard.
So the very first immediate thing that we have to focus on, Lieutenant, is we have to get the warp core stable and cooled. We can't go find medicine until we can move the ship safely.
Agreed.
Yes, I'll trust you'll figure that out. I'm going to go check on my warriors, and then I'll look over at Dircha. I would like to speak with you when I'm done with that. And then I'll just leave.
She looks at Ansar and says, "Do I have to talk to him after?"
What's your character's like surface emotions to that? Like, what would I be reading?
It's very muddled. She doesn't want to deal with his bullshit, but she recognizes that she needs to be friendly. So she's essentially asking if you can give her an out, or at least an excuse to attempt to avoid it. But she'll do it if she has to.
I would say, as chief engineer, you're under no obligation to undertake any sort of negotiations. You'll be very busy, I'm sure, for the next foreseeable. You'll be very busy for the foreseeable future.
I expect to be coiling warp coils for a while.
Recoiling the warp coil.
Exactly. I'm gonna write that down for next episode. Tell you how progress is on that.
Perfect.
Warp coils in our universe are now just toroids, like on a Tesla coil. 18 gauge wire. Okay.
Yeah.
Robeck and Ansar, Patty and Steve, you know how Star Trek works. What are you gonna do? You need medicine and engineering parts.
What does your sick bay carry? Robeck?
I'm left.
Space
I've gone
dust.
to check on I've gone to check on my warriors.
Robeck's ship carries space dust for his sick bay.
Yeah, remember it exploded before turning inside out.
Okay.
The half of the ship that was gone when you fell out of the space anomaly was the half that had the sick bay.
Okay.
Yeah, his innie became an outie.
What you can
Okay.
what you can get from the wreckage is everything except the two problems you have. You can repair your hull, you can replace non-essential systems. That's all background stuff that the shuttlecraft designed for repairs are pulling from the wreckage of the Klingon ship now.
Are we at a stage? Or does this ship have a replicator, or are we
Yes.
not at replicator technology
You
yet?
are.
Okay. How much power do we have to the replicator? Like,
The warp drive isn't working properly, so you can't just replicate what you need in this case. Because you've got
well,
to
right?
fix the
Yeah,
warp
right.
drive.
Well, the replicator runs off the different thing. Like it's limited. Yeah. So
If you could fix the coolant problem with the warp core, then your replicator would be essentially unlimited like it should be. As long as you have the matter to transmit into other matter.
okay.
The chat right now.
Okay, so Derja has gone to engineering. Robeck has gone off to his soldiers. I'm assuming Seckham is in medical.
Sick bay, yeah.
Okay, Lieutenant Pick, helmsman, to the bridge with me.
We'll follow.
Out of character, can I just ask if this is the point in time where the mummified corpse of Bezos is floating by, offering Amazon Prime at a reduced rate so we can get the parts for the ship?
In an ancient rocket that went bad centuries ago. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Cool.
Spank my Betty. So replicators are just specialized transporters. It's transporting the matter, holding it in the pattern buffer, and then reassembling it in a different form. So if you need matter from one thing to turn it into like food and hot Earl Grey tea, where would you get that matter? What's a thing that humans produce regularly that you can turn into something else? You'll get it in a minute. Moving on. Yep, you got it. That is, in fact, part of it. They do actually take on supplies when they visit star bases, though, of actual matter.
Okay. So what we need to do, just gonna like drop the pretense, kind of just talk like, okay, we're in a situation now, talking casually. Is everyone okay with that? Okay.
Second there.
Did you go to medical or bridge with me?
Medical.
But yeah, we're on the bridge.
Okay.
You could be involved if Ansar wants you to be.
Yeah, anyone who like, if you were
Yeah.
there with us, I would invite you to the bridge.
Plus, you don't even have to. You can just patch in their station.
Yeah. Here's what we need to do. We need to be able to find a steady source of matter to be able to run our replicator systems. We should be able to replicate in small batches any medicine that we might need to do to get to the doctor before we find a station where we can resupply. Other than that, can we let's run sensors, sweep pattern up to, I don't give a distance like 100,000 or 500,000 light years, something like that. Or no, however, yeah, like do like a mid-range sensor. Is there something out here, any sort of nebula, space anomaly that we'd be able to use to essentially resupply our coolant?
Oh,
Go ahead and do a
if
scan. Pick.
Well, when I ran scan last time, was that before
That was just.
there was a
what you-
comet?
That was just a short range scan. You haven't done a long range scan.
Okay.
Yeah, we were doing that to see if we were under attack.
Yeah. So you could do control plus science. If you suck at science, I'll let you do con.
I'm worse at con than science.
Okay, science it
Other
is.
science. Can I use survival?
Yep.
As
I'll allow it.
2 successes.
Nice.
You only needed once to bank a momentum, Patty.
Nice.
Long-range sensors show there is one M-class planet in this sector. Weird energy readings, but it's there.
Lieutenant, there is one.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to specify for anyone who didn't know, an M-class planet is essentially an Earth-like planet, something habitable.
I kind of assumed that's what it was, but thanks for the clarification.
Well, there's people watching too that might not know. Sorry.
If we had 20 minutes, we would sit and list all the classes for the audience, but we'll do that with you offline, Selkie. Amber.
No worries. I appreciate it.
How long would it take for us to get to the sun class?
At limp speed? A couple
Yeah,
days.
at impulse.
A couple days.
Yeah. There is exactly one M-class planet within, shall we say, limping distance, a couple of days out. Weird energy readings, though. I don't know what those are.
Okay. Well, if that's our only option, then helm set course for that planet, impulse.
You make it so. You start limping. Is there anything you want to do specifically for any character along the way, or do you want to jump to the planet? That's only if anyone has a specific thing they want to deal with.
We can do that talk.
Okay, let's do it.
If Robeck is actually going to come look for Dirja, we can do that
Robeck
talk.
will actually go down to the engineering, start looking around.
Yeah, you see her kind of shoulder deep in something. Her uniform top is off, and she's in her undershirt, the sort of tank top things that they wear under their uniforms, because it's getting hot down here without the coolant. And you see several of her other engineers doing similar stuff, and she's yelling at them to do other things.
Robeck will watch that for a little bit, and then when you kind of take a moment to wipe the sweat off or drink some water, he'll approach.
Oh, you found me.
Well, it wasn't hard. You are the engineering officer.
Yes, and I'm working. I'm very busy. But what can I help you with?
I just wanted to give my admiration for the way you saved my warriors, and for that I am grateful.
You're welcome.
I understand the ship is in need of repairs and coolant that is not able to be found, but I believe your replicators with sufficient matter would be able to fix that. Is that correct?
Yeah, we'll get there. And I got kicked off my last ship because I made improvements to the engines that worked, even though my commanding officer said they wouldn't. So I might be able to work something out here. I get creative, but we'll figure it out.
I admire your style. It is that initiative that makes a true warrior. I offer a solution to the problem.
Okay.
Other half of my crew you did not save. I believe that would be sufficient matter for your replicator. You may use their bodies, for they are just shells now. Their spirits have gone on to Stovacor.
Storyteller, does it work that way?
Are you asking if Stovacor is real?
No, I'm asking if we can actually use their corpses as suggested.
Yes. Yes, you can.
At that, she will turn and like physically face you because she's only been giving you like half of her attention.
I assumed, yeah.
And she's like, oh. Thank you. You should discuss that with... I'm still unclear as to whether to take your orders or if I should defer to Lieutenant Conan.
There is no discussion to be had. Their bodies are just a resource now. There is nothing left of them. Let their bodies serve a purpose now, as they could not in the explosion.
I will see that it's done. Thank you.
So, you might be a little conflicted, Dersha. It is efficient, and it is something you've had to do on Bajor. You don't feel like you might not want to tell the rest of the crew? Keep that between you.
I don't think everyone else is cool with that sort of thing, but yeah, like you said, Bajor, not wholly unusual to her.
Right.
As Robeck goes to leave, he'll just turn back around and be like, I would be interested to hear more about your people's conflict when you have the time. And then he'll leave.
I mean, if you want to do what the audience is clearly into right now, Jesus.
What is it?
You know where there's a secret stash of Romulan ale you could use when you have this discussion with Robeck later.
Bonk, 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 all of you. Bonk,
no, but
bonk,
bonk. What happened in my head was, okay, chat, this is the Klingon version of Let's Get Coffee.
That's what, the chat has entirely shipped you. They've moved on to wedding planning.
Sounds like a date to me. Okay,
it's only the first episode. You gotta let this grow organically so that it can be replicated.
You gotta let me invite her to a warm-up physical exercise training program that turns out to be this giant Gauntlet of Doom fight.
And then we get sweaty, and there's blood.
Gosh.
And it'll be its own side thing. Don't do that unless it has to happen.
Y'all need whatever form of religious allegory you choose to follow. I'm not gonna say Jesus because I'm not gonna assume, but y'all need Jesus.
You get the chat, and I'm gonna close that window.
Amusing side note for Amber: in Star Trek V, they did discover that God and the devil are kind of the same thing, and they live in the center of the galaxy, and he's kind of a dick.
But why does God need a starship?
An actual line from Star Trek V.
It's a weird movie.
It's a very weird movie.
5 Star Trek movies?
Oh, there's a lot more than 5.
No, there's like
Star Trek
25 now.
There are 11 currently. No, 14.
Does that include the new ones?
With the Kelvin timeline, there's 14, yeah. Anyways.
Jeez. And like 3 of them are good. Okay.
Steve is gonna get crucified now.
Hot takes.
Probably should have muted.
Hot takes.
Hot takes.
Get your hot takes.
We jump 2 days forward, and you've arrived at the M-Class world. And the lieutenant at the helm is definitely getting some weird readings. It looks like something terrible happened here because the world is covered with signs of an advanced technology, but there are no life signs. There are no humans. There are no alien beings left at all. It is devoid of any life, even fauna. Plants are alive here. Not a single organic life form that is not plant-based. And the majority of the cities and towns are intact. A few of the largest looks like they've sustained heavy battle damage, but the vast majority are just intact and empty.
A mighty war was fought here.
That's one way of putting it.
But you do find a good place you think you could beam down. So now you gotta decide who keeps the con and who goes on the away mission.
We gotta go through the other options that don't work before we start.
Yeah, you do.
moving people
Do your
down.
thing.
Helm, you said that the surface is mostly plant life, correct?
Correct.
Are we able to beam any of the plant matter back to be used in the replicator en masse?
Is that something we can do?
Robeck will actually speak on this point and be like, that problem has been solved.
Oh?
We don't... It wouldn't hurt to have more. We don't need to discuss our current solution, sir.
There's a current solution on the table and it wasn't discussed with us.
I have fixed the problem.
Define fix, like capital F fix, or like...
No, not capital F, lowercase in this situation. Consider it that way.
Understood. We have an amount of organic matter that can be used in the replicators. Robeck, remember, we're talking about 18 years worth of travel. Perhaps, unless that's been fixed.
No, I would recommend seeing what we can do with this plant matter.
Okay.
See if we can get some... We should get some plant matter then.
And Deirdre makes a mental note to discuss later with Robeck that most people are not comfortable with eating other people, even in organic matter states.
Even when it's just transport buffer, yep.
Isn't that the whole wasn't that the whole like summary of like Soylent Green? It's like they thought they were eating plants. It was people. How them were giving them the plants.
There's a storyline to explore in Star Trek.
Why can we not, storyteller, why can we not just transport all of the plant matter back up to fill our stores?
Strange particles in the atmosphere are interfering with your ability to transport. You can't even transport down, you're going to have to take shuttlecraft. It doesn't make the atmosphere dangerous to breathe. It's really weird energy going on here.
There's fluctuations in the multi-adaptive transmitter. It's behaving abnormally. We should take a shuttle down.
Nice.
Understood. Find us a good place to put a shuttle down close to one of the civilizations that we found. A highly populated metropolitan area might have more supplies, things that we would more readily be able to bring back.
Excuse me, Lieutenant Ansar Conan.
Yes, Doctor?
Did you say metropolitan areas?
We seem to have found traces of civilization, but all non-plant life has been removed or eradicated from the planet.
In that case, I wish to come down with the crew so that I may evaluate the plants to see if they have any medicinal properties.
It's a good idea.
I will go as well and bring along one of my security complement.
Which I was going to point out. One of you leads the away mission, one of you stays at the con between Ansar and Robeck.
Okay.
So if Robeck, if you go to the planet, you're in charge.
Oh, I know.
In that case,
I mean, I'm always in charge, to be fair.
In that case, Mr. Robeck, might I suggest Lieutenant Pick joins you? He is a top-class security officer.
No need. I will bring one of my warriors with me.
Allow me to restate. I insist you take Lieutenant Pick with you, as he is a top-class security officer that represents the Federation.
You do not need a Vulcan to do what a Klingon can do.
Pick, get in the damn ship.
Pick's just like understands this, but is just gonna go and like ignore Robeck.
Pick, you bring one of your
Fine.
security personnel with you too. Robeck, you look at your guy, which is weird. His sash has got like red on the sides. And Pick, you look at your guy and roll your eyes. He just secures his phaser to his red belt, and they get on the shuttlecraft.
Okay, so our away team is currently Secum, Robeck, and Pick.
And 2 red shirts, yeah.
2 red shirts. Someone has to
Out
fly
of
the
character.
shuttlecraft.
Oh, I can pilot it. I am actually. You guys don't know this yet, but I'm actually a really good pilot.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Out of character, Selkie's face got terribly uncomfortable at the comment of red shirts.
Oh no!
I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, wait, no, it's a good thing right now. It's a good thing.
Now, to your question, Tony, I'm calling them red shirts because it's funny, but Star Trek Adventures actually has specific rules for cast that is not main characters, but are also not straight NPCs, and we will be using those next week, yes. They can use a total of 5 per session. They'll have 2 used off the bat for the away mission.
Then in that case, I will say, also you'll need one of our pilots to pilot the starship to get you down planet side.
You could if you want to use 3 of them on the away mission, yeah.
No need. I can pilot your craft.
You familiar with Starfleet shuttle operations?
I am familiar with many species shuttle and flight operations.
Then in that case, the security detail will suffice to uphold Federation standards, Mr. Robeck.
And that's where
He just turns and leaves because he knows he just knows that the sooner he gets off the ship, the sooner he's going to listen to his bullshit.
With permission, I'd like to get back into engineering then.
Yes. And that's where we're pausing till next week, because that's a perfect spot for the Doom away mission.
Gosh, our first away mission.
Yep.
Huzzah!
Where, to intrigue the audience for next week, they will meet the actual threat in this part of space, or at least their first contact with it.
I'm going to say, so what's the Venus flytrap situation planet
So,
side?
funny you mentioned that. The charity drive does end tomorrow, but Spank My Betty paid specifically for that today, so that's going to happen next week.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you, Betty.
Thank you.
Thank you, Betty.
Will be killer plants, yes.
I appreciate the spankings. You're awesome.
Well, stand down from yellow alert, return to duty stations, and prepare for the night shift. We must retire to our quarters and have a refreshing sonic shower and maybe a relaxing time in the Hollow Suite. I really want to say that with the audience tonight. After an eventful shift. Many thanks, audience, for exploring strange new worlds with us this week, and we hope you'll boldly return next Thursday. Special thanks to our patrons and Twitch subscribers who help make our quality better, our cosplay sharper, and help us feed all of our pets. There's many. Special thanks to all of our donators for Love Your Rebellion. We love you guys. You're awesome. Thank you to the Foundry for our virtual gaming space, Pond 5 for our theme song, and Isaac Vale for this cool ending tune. Special note regarding the charity month. If you want in on any of the audience-related bits, join our Discord. Ever will drop a link in a second. Bridge crew, please inform the viewers what other shows you'll be taking your shore leave in between now and next week.
Hello, everybody. My name is Steve. You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. My pronouns are he, him, and tonight I played Lieutenant Anzar Conan, who is forcefully acting as captain, but is in no way a captain. You'll find me next tomorrow, getting to revisit and replay and re-inhabit the character space that is Lamalfoon in Season 2 of Dracogenesis. That's going to be awesome. I cannot wait to jump back into that. So please tune in and check that out.
Hey everybody, I've enjoyed playing Dr. Sekhem Ekhar for you this evening, and also Tav. How dare you wish that upon me. And you can find me all over the internet as Changeling Ever, and in tomorrow's game as Yenei. Let's see, what else? Sunday, Vampires. Rawr. You can also find me on Etsy at Neat & Co Designs. Sorry, my brain is just malfunctioning right now. My Android program is sorry. Anyway, I now go back to being a live goldfish and a motherboard inside of a trench coat.
Hello all, I am Patrick. You can find me on the internet at PattyShakes_. Tonight I was playing Robeck of House Kundekel, Sog, and commander of this ship. And the next time you'll see me will be tomorrow, GMing Scarred Lands, Dracogenesis Season 2, A Flight of Whimsy. It's coming back. I know you all missed it. There's some silly Ravenloft thing in the middle there that, whatever. But we're getting back to what you actually love, which is Scarred Lands goodness. You'll see Ever, you'll see Steve, you'll see a couple other returning characters, you'll see a couple new characters. There's going to be madness, craziness, insanity, all of it starting tomorrow. So come check it out.
Sorry,
that's you, Dirgebeck.
Yes. Hi.
You've been shipped.
Oh, great. We go one after the other in talking order. That's hilarious. Hi, I'm Rosie, regular size mom. You can follow me on Twitter at mom_size. And the next place you can find me is over on, actually you can find me twice in 2 different places on Saturday. You can find me over on Martlet Games playing a Nosferatu in a wonderful one-shot. And then you can find me later over on Carrion Comfort Studios playing Zestra, a Blood Witch. And that we're starting to wrap up our season of Heart City Beneath over on Carrion Comfort Studios. So it's a really cool system. I encourage you to check it out. It's just a really fun game to play and one of the most creative that I've ever played in. So I love it, and I'm sorry to see it ending, but I'm really digging Zestra. And if you guys missed last week's Meat Mech game here last Friday, check it out, because I was in it, and so were Ever and Steve, and it was amazing, and I loved it. So you should check that out. And one of my co-stars on Heart is also in that stream. So look at it, love it, you will adore it.
That is me, I believe. Hello, friends and foes of all sizes. I am the Rebel Selkie. You can find me literally all over the internet as the Rebel Selkie, except for that one site of that person who took my name as Rebel Selkie, and I will find you and I will take your left shoe. So feel free to follow me on all of your usual social plats. You can also follow my beautiful tiny little game shop up here in Buffalo, New York. Gathering Game Buffalo. We are on the Insta. Check us out. And then between now and next week, I am doing nothing. But starting on Tuesday, I am in Squeaks of the Deep. You can watch me play a cute little mouse named Lily, who will probably kick your ass. And then I'm also in Deadlands with several of the beautiful humans in this game tonight, playing a Russian acrobat who turned into a lighthouse last time. It was really cool. And then I am back here again on Thursday. You all have been great. Please take a cold shower after this. You all need it.
Hey folks, I'm JT. You can find me around the internet at Senseman Search. Tonight I have played Lieutenant Pick, and you can find me next on Saturday afternoon on the Free League channel playing Simbararum, Lure the Goblin Witch, and then next Thursday back here.
Excellent. And now for the Ride or Die viewers. It's vote time. Viewers, you can vote for any one player each session. Your votes count as a bonus personal momentum. Players, your votes are worth a determination for the person you vote for. However, while the audience votes before you guys vote for each other, you have to decide who gets the story arc milestone point for this session. One is available. You can vote for one player, but it can't be yourself. Steve, why are you not following us? Oh, did you get the screenshot?
Did.
Hell yeah. Okay. In the normal order, yes. Do
so
first,
I have to do the ARC
votes.
vote first.
Yeah, do the ARC vote first because I'm counting that, and then do your vote, and then move to the next person.
I think for ARC, I definitely. Oh man. Robeck. Either Robeck or Durja. I'm gonna go with Robeck. He went from captain of his own ship to Federation ship to the seeds of budding love. Yes, Robeck.
Do I?
I never want to hear those words come out of anyone's mouth ever again.
I've done my job.
What?
It's too late at night for this, y'all.
I can't help you ever.
Ever Control Alt Delete. Escape.
Open the taskbar. It's really hard to decide. I wanna see what the fuck Steve's character is up to. That's the arc I vote for.
All right.
I don't.
You think he's doing something shifty just because he's Steve? It's
Yes.
Like blaming me of trying to do something shifty. Always true.
I am a friendly, helpful, take control Betazoid. I'm friendly and understanding.
When have you been friendly?
The whole time!
No.
This is friendly.
Understanding, yes. Friendly, no.
Noted.
It's not hard for you to not be understanding, so that doesn't even count.
All right, I'm voting for. Shut the hell up, chat. I'm voting for Durja. They had the balls to look a Klingon in the face and tell him to shut up and sit down.
Not only that, like, I was in your face. It was not just eye contact, it was nose ridge contact. I stated it.
Let's just hope that the ship sails better than the Dauntless.
Yes. What? No, I don't know. I thought you were talking about the Dauntless from DS9, and that actually went pretty well, so I don't know what I was agreeing to.
Every time the two of them fight, someone has to yell, "Red alert!"
And I am going to vote for Robeck because he is learning how to be not all the way in charge. And that's a good thing.
Who's your that's your milestone vote, but who gets your actual vote? Does he get them both?
What's the difference? I'm sorry.
The arc milestone vote is XP. That's how it works in this game. The other vote is just the normal vote.
Arc vote goes to Conan because he's somehow went from he's kind of in charge now, and I don't know how.
Okay.
I did not get to do my
did you?
regular
Okay.
vote.
I don't think anyone did,
we,
but
yeah,
Rosie.
we started off one way. It's our first time doing arc
Oh, that
votes.
Yeah. For clarification, should we do them both at once, or do we go around twice?
Both at once is more efficient, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just make the arc vote the first one.
Arc vote for Conan, character session vote for Robeck.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay.
And Sarah, what about your arc vote?
Well, my arc vote went to Robeck.
Right. Okay, I got yours then. What about Seconds?
My arc vote went to Steve's character, and then my regular vote. I would like to give that again to Selkie because hanging in there when you're still a newbie and you're doing so good, and that uniform looks so snappy on you.
Thank you.
And Steve, who gets your regular vote?
The regular vote for just Roll Potatoes voting goes to Derja / it's happening.
Rosie. It's good.
I've done that to myself, so...
No worries.
Okay.
I don't remember people's names unless I use them regularly. I have like a sticky note of people's names.
My in-game Tales vote goes to Derja Rosie for just having an awesomely fleshed out character, getting up in a Klingon's face, and just being awesome. Good job.
Okay, now we can move to whoever was after Rosie in the actual order.
I think that's me. So my arc vote is definitely going to go to Robeck. My regular vote is going to go to Conan. Because y'all are great.
My arc vote is going to go to Rebecca for learning how to exist outside of Klingon culture. And my normal vote will go to Dirja for the same reasons of being able to get up in a Klingon's face like that.
Excellent. That means the milestone goes to Robeck this week, so you all get one standard milestone, and Robeck, you get the first arc milestone, and then once somebody hits 2 arc milestones, then we'll explain what that means. Regular milestones you can find in the core book, what they do. Basically, they let you move your points around within your character on demand.
Where do we keep track of the milestones?
Is there a spot on the sheet in Foundry? Let's see.
I don't know.
I guess just under notes.
Okay.
The
Which
last time I tried to save something in notes, it did not save whatsoever, and I don't know how to make it permanent.
Yeah, I highly recommend keeping a separate notes outside of the Foundry for that reason.
I want to make sure you click save, the button save in the notes, in the notepad.
Done.
All right, then. Well done, crew. You're a credit to the uniform. Helm, Black Alert, Tactical Engage Cloak, and we'll see you all again next week.